my door without me knowing. And he's just looking at
In
me like,
past episodes, we discussed the types of relationships. Now we're going to discuss how do you know if someone wants to or is ready for a relationship. Are there signs? If so, what are the signs? Stay tuned and join us on part 2 of this conversation. Are you ready for some controversy? Yeah. Are you ready for some fun? Yeah. Yeah. Are you ready for some laughs? Yeah. Let's get unfiltered with Cycle 4081. That was loud. This little board messed me up. So, hey, you guys, you back for part 2 of how do you know when a person is not ready for a relationship. So, in the last episode, or part 1 of the last episode, we talked about readiness versus eligibility. We talked about emotional health and mental health, and we talked about seeking violations. I'm sorry, that's what came up. Seeking validations, and then we ended with accountability and self-awareness. So today we're going to talk about lifestyle instability, intentions versus honesty, and social media and external influence. So you guys ready for this? Yes, no.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're absolutely ready. So ready, we quiet.
All right. So starting off with lifestyle instability, here's my little facts I had to throw in there. A national study by Edward Jones and Gallup indicates that 83% of U.S. adults, that's roughly 216 million people, report experiencing financial stress, strain, or uncertainty. All right. Do I need to say that again? 83%, that's high, of U.S. adults report experiencing financial stress, strain, or uncertainty. That means during their adult lifetime. So the question: should someone with financial instability or chaotic living conditions be dating seriously? So that's the question. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Men or women?
Any of them, men or women. I said should someone, and you can differentiate between men and women because I'm always say men and women are not the same.
Women, yes. Men, no.
So so you're saying, just to make it clear, men with financial instability or chaotic living conditions shouldn't be dating seriously, but women can.
But you said, yeah, seriously.
Okay, seriously, yeah, dating
Exactly.
seriously, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's
So
their responsibility to take care of the woman.
okay,
So if they are not stable financially, then no, they should not be dating seriously.
okay, okay.
Can I get the applause sound after that, please?
Boo, boo. Actually, I agree with you. I agree with you. Um, well, for that part, I do believe that the man should be able to hold his own. A man should have his own house. And if even if the woman is not financially stable or have some type of chaotic living conditions, then if she's going to come into his home dating seriously, then he should be able to do that physically, financially, whatever. So I do believe that. But
You think a man should have his own house or own home?
house, home, wherever he lays his hat is his home. So you should have your own, whether it be house, apartment, whatever dynamic you think of.
So roommates don't count.
Roommates roommates do count if it's yours. As long as you have control over your environment, that's what we're talking. That's the important thing. That's why I said you should have your own, because you have your own you have your own control. When you have roommates, depending on the dynamics, what happens when the roommate goes, or y'all have a disagreement, or the roommate boots you out, or I guess you can boot the person out. That means you have control over it. So, yeah, you have
Right.
to have those things because you can't bring somebody else who's one into that situation. You can't do it. I mean, that's chaos automatically. But
Right.
but it's also a view into the future, right? If you come in and both you guys have financial instability and chaotic living, it makes it harder. Sometimes you can build together, right, and improve your situation. Even by coming together, you can improve your situation. So that does help sometimes. But if a man is going to be the king of his castle or protect, provide, and lead, you have to have your own. You have to have your own home, wherever you want to say it. Anybody want to debate me on that? Where did P Jizzle go? He clicked off. Anybody? Anybody? No? Okay. So,
I think I will.
okay.
To answer that question, not to debate, I believe that everyone has the right to companionship as long as so anyone can date. I don't think this is where that word comes in. You should use discernment when you start thinking about dating and you're in a chaotic situation. But everyone has a right to companionship. And as long as you're not stagnant with what you're doing, your living conditions can be bad, but you're making strides to get it better. I don't see a problem with that, with man or woman.
Okay. Now,
And the thing about a man has to a woman can be in a chaotic state, but a man shouldn't in the situation. I don't believe that either because what if the woman is single? What if the woman wants to be single? She's going to be in a chaotic state until she finds a man. That's you being dormant.
so meaning that she
So
don't
I
she know
think
what she doesn't know what she wants to do.
if she doesn't know what she wants to do,
Okay. Yeah, when you said
um,
she was in a chaotic situation.
yeah, it's just whatever. Well, I'm piggybacking off of your question. If she doesn't know what she wanted to do, I can understand that you haven't figured out that part of life. But to say that it's okay for her to be in a chaotic state or whatever until she finds a man to lead her, no, that's like praying without action. Makes
Okay.
you lazy.
Okay. And I could see that being an issue too.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. So let me ask you now. When I mentioned on my part, I said a man's job is to provide, protect, and to lead. But if the person's in a chaotic state or living conditions or not financially stable, is it realistic to expect a partner to build with you, or should you be somewhat established first? And we're talking dating seriously.
Um, I don't think it's realistic for you to expect that much of a person, but you can still protect. You may not be able to do all three at one time. You can protect. You may not be able to lead at the moment. That's what you need the companion for. You work together. Someone's going to be strong with someone that's weak, but the man should always lead and should always be able to do all three things.
Okay.
But if at that point he's not there yet, but he can do one, and you're willing to work with him, he's willing to work with you. He's not stagnant. He has some type of motion with him, and you see he's headstrong. He's moving in a certain direction of positivity. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay. So
It's like giving up on someone because they haven't reached,
their peak.
where you passed that.
Okay. So have for you guys, do any of you feel that your partner should be established first, or is it okay for them to build with you? And this is a personal question, not so much what the world is going through. Do you think
I think it's okay
you
for
think it's
your
okay?
Yeah.
partner to go with you. Yes. I think that's how it should be.
Okay.
Even though I still
Uh,
think that the man is responsible for taking care of the woman. But I think that it's okay for the partner to build their partner.
I think
I totally,
building means more than just financially also. So yeah, I think it's okay. You can build in
I
different ways.
totally, I totally agree with what she just said. I think it's okay to build, and what you just said. I think is because it's more than that, and at the same time. But once you get that build, I think it's the man responsible, for the, you know, to be the man,
Okay.
basically.
Um.
Yeah, I say that, Brian, because I think a woman can help build you up and help give you that confidence too. So I think, yeah,
Uh
they can build together.
I wish Tiffany was here. She didn't like that. We had the episode. Can a woman build or
The lawyer,
destroy?
Uh, a
Yes.
woman, no, not start from scratch and make you a man, but help you with your confidence. She can help build you up. Everybody can help everybody. No one, I don't care who they are, what they think they are. No one is doing it on their own.
Okay. Okay. I got a statistic
agreed.
for you. I got a statistic for you. And this is where we talk about lifestyle and stability. We're gonna throw the step kids in. I shouldn't say step kid, but the single parent daters, right? According to a smart couple study, only about 40% of single parents are actively seeking a romantic relationship. That's only 40% of single parents. The remaining 60% report pausing their dating lives to focus exclusively on child care and career stability. So, the question is, does children having does having children change when and how someone should re-enter the dating pool? And everybody here has kids except for one. So I think
Definitely, yes.
okay, you said yes that having children does change when and how.
Determine, I think it does determine when for a lot of people. The statistics show that. And honestly, I think it should. I think it should. Because if you have children and you have that state where they're small and they need all of your attention or a majority of your attention, you can't give 100% to everybody. And 50 to one and 25 to the others doing nobody any good.
Okay.
So I think yeah, I think so.
Okay. Has any one of you ever been a single parent? No? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Works. Yes. Paulie?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So being a single parent, how did you um manage getting back into the dating pool? Did you have some certain conditions? Um did you yeah, I'm gonna say did you have certain conditions when you did that? Works. We'll start with you.
Yeah. One is I would never have well, let's see. Which time? Before marriage or after?
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? That's a good point. Let's say
Because there's a
yeah,
difference.
give
There is
give
a
give us
difference.
before marriage.
So before marriage, I was younger. So there were less certain restrictions, like who I would even have around my child or in the home or whatever, or and my child was younger too. So in terms of what she would recognize or notice or whatever would have been different back then. So after marriage and divorce or whatever, then that was a different story.
Okay. So what did you do
Yeah.
differently um after marriage?
During marriage or after?
After.
Um, well, my kids weren't exposed to anybody that they didn't know per se. So that if it was somebody that I'm just dating, they weren't going to be exposed to anybody that I just went out on a date with.
Okay. I think a lot of people have that. I've heard people say that you're not women, you're not going to meet my kids, or that person has never met my kids until, later on down the line. So give me 1 second. Forgot what I was saying. Um, yeah, I've heard women say they don't let the person meet their kids or even see their kids until later on down the line when things get really really serious, and then they slowly introduce the guy into the kids' lives. Now, on the other hand, I think the guys are totally different. I think the guys are, will jump right in there and be like, "Yo, these are my kids," blah blah blah. You may not, get to sleep over and all other type of stuff, or do the until you go through that whole process of being a family thing. I've seen that, but me personally, I think having children does change things because you have to consider their feelings, whether the kids get attached to somebody, whether you can really trust the person more than a couple of weeks or a couple months or whatever. That has a factor in. Yeah, so I think those are really important factors with that, just out of the safety of your kids. So, okay. Anybody see that differently? All right. So let me ask you something on now we're going to heat it up a little bit. This is the part of intentions and honesty. Now, let me throw out the stat. 73% of single people, state that they are actively looking for a committed long-term relationship rather than casual dating. 73%. I want to know. I don't actually believe that, but that's what the statistics show, or the polling. Right. So following periods of dating, burnouts or breaks, when you get the dating burnouts or breaks, 64% of singles report returning to the dating pool with a much clearer, restructured list of priorities and boundaries. Okay. They already went through the whole rigmarole and whatever. So, speaking on intentions and honesty, should someone date if they don't know what they want yet? Men or women?
All right, you going, Paul?
No, go ahead. You got it.
You go ahead.
I, I I think they should still date because if they don't know what they want and if they get lucky and find they might get lucky and date a person that's what they want by not knowing what they want and realize that's what they want. So you don't want to mess up that opportunity or that chance to find out that way either. That's my thing.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So let me throw this in there. When you say if they don't know what they want, that means they don't know what they want in a person, or they don't know what they want as in a relationship. Whether they want long term, long distance, short term, do they want an extended family? Do they want to be a stay home mom? They want all those things right there. Those important things. So factor that in there. With those things in mind, should someone date if they don't know what they want? With those things in mind.
I still say yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And Word said yes. Why do you say yes, Words?
Because I think, again, I don't see dating as, unless you're dating, once you find what you think you want, then you're dating seriously. I think dating is just going out, meeting, chatting, just enjoying company.
Okay.
Um, I think that unless you're looking to date seriously,
So let me change that then.
and I still don't think you should not
Should
date. I
someone
think that's what helps you.
should someone
Go
should
ahead.
someone date and enter a serious relationship if they don't know what they want yet.
Mm.
I don't think so.
So it's okay casual
Into a
dating.
serious
Obviously, that's fine,
relationship.
right? But the theme is
Yeah.
relationship.
Oh.
Let's say you're moving towards. So here's the thing. Going back to intentions. If you're dating just to have fun and casual dating, whatever, the intention should be made, right? But if you're dating just to see what happens and you're open to something more serious and you're starting to look down the line, that should be taken into consideration as well. So if you don't know what you want, and I mean, that's really important. I don't think you should start dating because you're jumping in there and you're expecting that person who you're dating to wait on you or figure it out with you. You get me? You go on a couple dates. Weeks turn into months. And in your head, you don't know what you want. You just, passing time day by day. Where the other person may be looking at it like, "Oh, we've been dating for a while now, I don't want to waste my time and have to bounce to the next one because obviously feelings will definitely get involved, right?" So to me, I think that just brings on I think it brings on problems. Unless, again, intention, unless it was stated from the beginning or at some point before it, changes. You have to make those things known and be honest about it. So I'm going to say no, they shouldn't date unless they know what they want yet, right? Because if you don't know if you want the casual dating or the serious dating, why start and have to, worry about that question, right? That question that every guy hates.
At what point should the people make themselves their intentions clear?
That I can't answer. I think if I had to guess, or they should make their intentions clear when that question comes up, right? Or when the actions show. Anybody know what I mean
Or
by that?
or when that question is presented, you just say, yeah, I'm looking for a long term.
Okay, and be honest about
Even,
it.
even though, nah, not honest. That- that's just the default. That's just the default reply. Hey, what are you looking for? Are you looking for long term or short term? I'm looking for long term. Even though you don't know
That's
yet,
what all of us do. We do that
even though you
though.
don't know yet, you even though you don't know yet, you may want a long term or you may want short, but you don't know yet. But I think the default answer to keep everybody kind of like, just keep everybody cool. Yeah, I'm looking for a long term, but then you can change your options,
But
as you try out the situation.
is that
That
fair?
doesn't sound like that would be, yeah,
Is
that
that
doesn't sound
fair?
like that would be coming from somebody that's emotionally ready
Ooh, going
for a
back to that,
Well,
relationship.
no,
right?
no, no, no. See, no, I think that's coming from an emotional aware person to understand that, you know what? Um, yeah, I'm lying about the situation. I'm emotionally aware about that. I'm lying about the situation. I'm letting you know that I'm lying about the situation, but I'm gonna tell you that, yeah, I'm looking for a long term, and I may be looking for a long term.
But you
I
don't
may
know.
be looking for based on what you present to me, based
Okay.
on the vibe that you give to me. I'm not gonna tell you I'm not looking for a short term because that may be wrong too.
Okay. So you just go to the default thing and let the chips
Always,
fall where they may.
I press, I press the default button. When in doubt, I
Okay.
press the default button.
Okay. So I know, Words. What do you say about that?
I think that's playing games.
And this is from somebody who thinks graffiti on a subway is art.
Hey, at least I'm honest.
See, and I was honest. I said, I mean, you know what? You know what? I may be playing games. I get that. I'm being honest. Yeah, I'm probably playing games, but I'm not going to pigeonhole myself into a situation where, once again, I may want a long term. I may want a short term, but I don't know until me and you, until I see if you're long term material for me. You may be a short term, you just may be a shortstop for me,
What
and vice
about
versa.
what about what's wrong with just saying I don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I see, I don't know. Yeah, that's the
I
I
don't know
don't know
scares them away.
is the
That
hang
scares
up
them
word.
away.
Yeah, the hang
Because
up word is
usually they do know.
No.
the hang up.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know is the hang up word. That is the word that it's you're like
Right.
stuck in limbo. It's like nobody gets resolution or any type of comfort from I don't know.
Okay, but I think it in the end or the near future, it eliminates some problems. I can say resolve, but it eliminates some problems with different people. But now Tasha said, she said, you do know. That's what she said. She
You
says
do know what?
she says you do know what you want. Well, I don't want to put no words in her mouth. Tasha, what do you mean when you
Yeah,
said you do know?
they know whether or not in that moment, because that's what it's all about. In that moment, they know whether or not they're looking for something longer term or whether or not they just want to hit, as some may say.
Okay.
I mean, I always want to hit. I always want to hit. But I mean, listen, okay, we being honest now. So
Yes.
okay, now the intention is always to hit from the door, whether it's long
Really?
term or short term hit. Like your target is all. Listen, I'm
Wait,
not.
wait,
I'm
wait,
speaking
wait,
from
wait, wait, wait. The intention when you date someone, period, or the intention like at what
absolutely,
point? When you just
absolutely.
go out with them casually.
I'm casually trying to hit. Absolutely,
now,
absolutely.
now, honestly, he's speaking honestly, but there's a lot of people who, that's guys. We're gonna say guys, and some girls too, but they just don't want to admit it. But it's a lot guys. That is the ultimate goal most of the time. Not all,
Not
depending on the situation, but
okay.
that's the goal. And then you
Once
find
Brian,
out
Brian, actually, Brian, I think that would be the majority of the times and the majority of the guys. I don't think what brings you to a person is the physical attraction.
exactly.
I have not met or heard or seen a guy that was like, man, I like to get to know her and marry her. When you see them, you see their body. That's what you want. You want what you see. So it's never, man, I like to get to know her. You're not in the club thinking that. I
Right.
want to get to know her long term. I want to talk to her late at night on the phone. You're not thinking stuff like that. You're
Right.
thinking your first thought, which is sexually, your attraction.
And then it lures you in, right? For
Exactly. And
other
then
things.
everything else that comes with it can, derail you or keep you on track to, something bigger.
Exactly, exactly. The you coming in with the idea of oh I want to hit. If I see somebody and we're casually let's go on a date. I'm not sitting there to eat and enjoy. I mean, we're gonna have conversation, but my first response is, man, I wonder if I can hit tonight.
You would make me like look at the whole dating scene completely different. I think this is a setup. Like, really?
And just so you know, women do it too. I've heard women say,
See, this is
I
this
know
is
within the
this
first
is
hour and a half or 15, 20
Yeah,
minutes,
yep,
you know, let her text
exactly,
me and do this.
yeah.
A
exactly,
lot of
exactly.
women do it
Right.
and say
And
it.
and this is called unfiltered.
Okay.
So
So, all
Paul
right.
is unfiltered.
I got a question though, and it's based on what you guys said. Is casual dating harmful if one person secretly wants something serious? I think we asked that question before in other episodes. Is casual dating harmful if one person secretly wants something serious?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So who? Anybody say no? Okay. So for those who said yes, we didn't hear from Tasha. Well,
Say the question again. I'm sorry. Yeah, say
is
that again.
is casual dating harmful if one person secretly wants something serious?
Um, harmful for whom? The
Harmful
person that's
for either.
putting themselves out. Hmm.
For either.
Could it be harmful?
Hmm.
I don't think it's the casual dating that could be harmful. It's the non-communication in their dating that could be harmful if they don't make it clear of what they want.
Okay. Okay. Using that scenario, Tom and Betty are dating, casually dating. They're fine with it. They're vibing. They love it. Blah 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 blah. Now, Betty secretly says, or makes it known. No, I guess that wouldn't be a secret then. All right, we'll scratch that. Let's
Exactly.
scratch that.
Okay. Let me ask you, before you do a scenario.
Okay.
You said Tom and Betty are casually dating, right?
Yes.
And I know where you was going to go. Somebody was going to say somebody secretly wants a long term, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm assuming it's not Tom.
Right. It's Betty.
Did Tom hit?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be damaging. It's gonna be damaging to Betty. It's gonna be damaging to Betty because Tom wants to continue. Tom's situation is good. See, Tom's situation is good for him. Hey, we casually dating. I'm hitting. I'm good. I don't have no complaints. But see, Betty, she wants more. She wants more, but she's not expressing. So she's secretly harboring that feeling that she wants more from Tom in this relationship. So yes, it's going to be damaging to Betty, but it's going to be great for Tom.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to disagree with that, and I like what you all said. I can agree with your points on it, but I'm gonna disagree because somebody gotta disagree. So if is casual dating harmful if one person secretly wants something serious? Now, I think if they understand their place, even if you want something serious, but if you understand the situation, you understand your place, and they understand their place, I don't think there's no harm in that whatsoever. Now, the part comes in when somebody does want something serious, and they start acting out, in certain ways
Okay.
that
Okay.
that kind of disrupt what they have because you're keeping it a secret, right? And going back to
Right.
what Tasha said, it's the lack of communication. So I don't think it's harmful because you can keep a secret. I don't know, everybody here probably had a long crush and kept it a secret. But I think when we start acting out of our place, and we're casual friends, and we accept that we're casual friends, but if somebody secretly wants more and they start acting out and doing certain things and all that other type of stuff, that's a problem. But outside of that, but in that case, it should be communicated. Hey, you know what? This is how I feel. And going forward, this is what I would like. And then you decide, whether you want to change the dynamics of your relationship. And I'm gonna say relationship because you're dating, so that's a relationship. So, yeah. But let me. I got one for you. Let's see. And this is against the guys because we only hear guys say this thing, right? In everyday dating, this phrase is most commonly used by, partners asking for, an emotional or physical break. And I always say it's guys mostly. When a partner says they need to figure themselves out, you heard that term before?
Yep.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
relationship therapists note it usually means they feel their individual identity has been swallowed up by the relationship, right? They want to figure themselves out. They feel swallowed up. So when does figuring yourself out become misleading to others? Kind of related to what we just said, but that was secretly.
I
I
think it
think when
becomes
you let
misleading.
so much time go by, when you let a lot of time go by, you keep using that as an excuse to do what you want to do or have your freedom.
Okay. I like that.
Or, or when you say, I'm trying to figure myself out, but then, but you out there dating another person, or
That's a
or
good one.
or
That's a
or
good
you
one.
hitting, or you hitting another person because I did it before. I did it. I'm guilty. I said,
You're not guilty. You was being your customer service agent.
listen, I said I'm trying to figure myself out. But I was being truthful. I was trying to figure myself out. I
Mm-hmm.
was trying to figure out if I wanted to stay with you or I wanted to just continue hitting this chick over here.
Okay.
I, I told her the truth. I'm trying to figure myself out.
Okay. And that's
You didn't tell her the whole truth. You didn't say, I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to stick with you or keep hitting this one over here or finding
Well,
another one.
well, Tasha, yes, yes, Tasha, I wasn't being truthfully. I wasn't being honest
There we
all the
go.
way.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
I
you.
wasn't being honest. I take accountability for that.
Accountability.
You know, but I did it. I did it. I did. But and guess what? I did figure myself out.
how'd
I
you?
didn't go back. I didn't go back with the other girl.
Okay.
I stayed. Yeah,
But the
because
but the
yeah.
main one.
No, I went with the other one.
Okay. The one you told you wanted to figure yourself out. You was like, I found out it's not with you.
Yeah, absolutely,
Wow.
Okay.
absolutely,
Well, I mean, he
absolutely.
resolved it. He stopped, I guess,
I did.
being
Yeah.
misleading. And
After how long?
oh,
Um,
good question.
man, about 3 months, about 90 days.
90 days. Okay.
I
Okay.
did a 90. I did a 90-day trial.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
So let me ask you guys something, right? And this is from I've had this conversation with different people, and I think Tasha just mentioned something kind of related to this. She said, right? How long, or is, and I think Marky, we talked about this before. How long do you think it takes for you to know whether that person is part of your future, or is there no time limit or no time frame attached to that? Hit. We want go at Dimitri with this one.
How long does it take for you to know if that person is in your future?
Yeah, like
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I,
So wait.
no,
Like
no, no,
Demetri said,
no. He's being funny. I think it takes. I think it takes about. I think it's. I don't think it takes long. I would say about 8 months.
Wait a minute. So you're saying?
Right.
So wait. You saying in 8 months? In 8 months, you should know. You should definitely know whether this person is going to be part of your permanent future.
Yeah, I knew in 2 weeks.
You know?
So of course, 8 months is that's a decade for
Permanent
me.
future. Permanent future as what? Friends?
No,
Permanent future
permanent
as
future, as in you're working towards you're moving into a serious relationship, and you're building that serious relationship with the intent of making it permanent. When I say permanent, I mean you take your steps, whether it be marriage or maybe long, however your dynamic is, whether it be long term relationships, whatever. Some people don't like the marriage thing. Some people do. Some people, but you're going to be that person that you in your head says, I want this person to be a part of my life for the foreseeable future, right?
is it you knowing or you expressing that to the person directly, very
No,
clearly?
it's about, okay. When I asked for a time frame, I meant like, say, how long should it take, in your opinion, for somebody to know for certain that this person is going to be a part of my permanent future? Dimitri says 8 months.
Uh,
Some people might
I
say
would
there's no
say
time
about
limit.
2 to 3 years,
2 to 3 years. Okay.
I would say,
reasonably.
that's that internal clock, and it's hard to say for me. Put a time on it. I think you have to go through something.
Boom.
You have to go through,
Love it.
like it says season. I'm gonna say a season, because with the season you get all types of weather. So you have to go through something with these people, to see if they can stand the test of time. Can you stand it with them? Do they panic and run when bad things happen? Are they overly excited when good things happen? Are they only there for the reward? Are they there for the duration of the tough times too? So I would say, yeah, through controversy.
Okay. So I personally, that is my answer. I love that answer because I don't think a time frame, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, four, whatever. You have to go through certain things, and you have to be able to resolve along the lines. You have to resolve certain things. You have to, clear that path. So saying that you've been, with somebody for 2 years, 8 months, or whatever, I don't
Mhm.
think that that's a valid thing to measure. I don't think it's a good measuring stick because you have to go through times of adversity and be able to resolve those things, right? And move
I
forward.
I think, yeah, and I like that. I agree with that. I think you have to see that person in their less than ideal or sparkling light, because then you get to see that like Marky said, or Brian and both of you said, adversity or going through something. Because when you have adversity, when you're going through something, that's when you truly see that person in that less than ideal condition. And either they say either they're going to stand the test of time, or they're going to go through it with you, or they're going to run, or they're going to blame you for solely for the adversity or the problems.
Yeah, I would agree, 100%. Okay. Anyone? All right. So I know Dimitri said 8 months. Tasha said two. But the rest of us would say there's no time limit. It's all relative. Time is relative.
I think that in a minimum of 2 years, you're with that person in a serious relationship, you would have gone through some things in 2 years if it's a serious relationship and if you're paying attention.
Well, I'm going to disagree with that
That's
because you're going to go through some things. I mean, talking about like minor arguments. We're talking about like philosophical things and give me a good example, right? You with somebody for 2 years, and let's say you talk about living arrangements, right? And you come up you get this point where you say, well, you know what? I want a big house, right? And then she says, I want a little house, or vice versa. Let's say, whatever. That's a problem because that's an important thing. And if you don't get past that, as small as that may seem, if you don't get past that and resolve it, that's you can't 2 years is not enough. I mean, 2 years, three, whatever. If you don't get past that in the first month or the second year or the third year, that's important things. And also, throw in the fact of somebody may have children, right? These are huge things. Or when you look at retirement, when you look at future plans of post retirement, or something that's it could be something as small as, well, where do we need to go on during the holidays? Whose family are we going to visit? Those that seem minor, but those could be major things. So
I would.
go ahead.
Oh, I was with someone, and like you said, philosophical differences. I was with someone that decided that they didn't want to stay in a house or an apartment What they wanted to do is get a trailer and live out in, like, go to the national campgrounds and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. That's great for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's great for them. But I wasn't trying to be the mountain man. I wasn't that. That's I wasn't trying to do that. And because I did the camping thing, and it was cool for a short period. But I got
Right.
to come back to civilization.
Right. Right.
So those type of differences, and then and see, you won't even find out about those things until you're well into the relationship, because just life may be life, and then
Right.
that whole talk may come about. So
And it don't
you
come
may
up.
be one, yeah, you may be 1 to 2 years in a relationship, and then thinking, oh, this is what we want to do, and then that person spring this, oh no, I want to do this, and thinking that because you with them, or you commit to them, that you just going to roll that way.
Right.
It's
And
it's not always that simple.
and that's a good point there you brought up too. What if it's a matter of where you want to live, what state, what type of environment, type of climate, you know, all those things matter, and sometimes that changes. So that may not come up until year 15, right? So I think just like what Marky said, you have to go through those things. You have to have those conversations. And then when those conflicts come up, you have to know how, or if you're going to resolve it. So it's not always how you can resolve it, it's if you're going to go through what it takes to resolve those issues. So I see we have Lolita popping in. How you doing? Let me ask you a question,
Hello.
because it's good to have another woman here with their opinion. My question for you
Hello.
is there a certain is there a certain time where a person should know if that the other person is in their long-term plans? And if so, what would you say?
So my views on this is going to be a little different because I'm coming from a spiritual point of view.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
So, this is what I know is that when you use your discernment and it comes to engaging in relationships, um, by way of the Holy Spirit, you're going to know what this is going to lead to. You're going to know what this is about. You're going to know if this is a no. You're going to know if this is a go very early on. You won't be led astray down a rabbit hole of red and green flags just to end up nowhere. Um, so I'll give a real life, real time example. There was a gentleman that was interested in me. So we started talking and things like that. And early on, I mean, just a week in, the Lord revealed to me that this is not it, right? Well, I continued to entertain the conversation, and lo and behold, before we even approached the 7 day mark, um, hidden things begin to reveal itself. So that's what I mean by discernment will kick in, and it's up to us if we take heed to it. Sometimes the package can look greater than what the prize is inside, and we go after what it looks like on the outside. Or sometimes we can sit back and we can really analyze this thing. How is this going to benefit me in the long run? How is this relationship? What does this relationship look like 5 years from now? What does it look like 10 years from now? Do I see myself growing with this person? Do I see myself trusting this person with my intimate parts, my intimate thoughts, my feelings, my ways? Is this person led by God? Because I believe that in order to love me properly, in order to um, care for me properly, you have to know or have a relationship with God, because He's the only one that can give you the intel on Lolita. So I believe, to answer your question, yes, early on.
Give me a time frame.
If it's mm,
You
it
could
don't take
it
much.
could be from this to that.
Um, it don't take much. I really feel like after two or three conversations, I'm not even talking about in person meeting, but two or three conversations, which lane to place this in.
Oh, okay. So just to be clear, just to be clear, after two or three conversations, you should know that
Hmm.
this person is the one for you
Or not.
or not. Yes. Okay. So you got Dimitri beat.
What'd he say?
It runs in the blood.
He said you should definitely know by the 8 month mark.
Oh, I think, yeah, sooner than that.
2 weeks.
8 months. 8 months to say, oh, this ain't gonna work. Oh no. I can never get back that time.
Okay.
You can't get that time back. What you gonna
You
do with
can.
that?
You can't get the time back, but do you think the
Yeah.
real key thing is, do you think you're going to know or go through certain things to or things are going to be revealed to let you know that that person is going to be yours for the rest of your life? Now, let me throw this in there too. At 59% divorce rate here in the USA,
Hmm.
I think that says otherwise.
You know why it's probably 59%?
Yup.
Because they went 8 months, wasted 8 months, and said, we've been doing it this long. We'll just work out the kinks. And then they stayed in a whole nother year. And then they said, well, they got settled in their differences and never really come into the terms that this is not it. Some people are not meant to be your partner. Some people are sent in your life to be assignments. Some people are sent in your life to be friends. Some people are sent in your life so that you guys can build on other things. But because of our natural nature, we desire companionship. We desire our person. So we will force unconsciously, we will force that agenda to get what we want.
Okay.
And that's when you see divorce rates dropping. I
Okay.
did it. I'm not speaking off of just the statistics alone. This is a life experience.
You divorced?
I saw the red flags. I heard God say no, but because I did not feel like starting over, or I didn't feel like, you know, putting myself out there, or I didn't feel like being by myself. I said, well, I'll just go through with it, God, and then you just work on him. That was manipulation. And that's why divorce rates happen the way they do.
Okay. Okay. Very valid, I would say. Right. The simple way, we I would say is they have a high divorce rate is because women don't do what they're supposed to do.
Of course you would say that. That's the easy way out.
All right. I mean,
Valid, yeah.
I'm gonna
Why
talk.
wouldn't why wouldn't you say that? Anybody sitting in a seat that doesn't want unveiling or accountability I could say that. I could be like, man, I got divorced because that joker was terrible. It would have facts behind it. But if I be honest, I knew that it was a no-go and I still did it. So at the end of the day, I only can speak on the accountability part that I took. I
Okay.
can't, I don't even have the right to cast a finger, even if he was a bum. Like,
I'm gonna
even
I'm gonna
if,
ask you something. I'm gonna go into social media, but I'm gonna ask you something before that. What
okay,
one thing that you saw, the red flag, was that one thing that you saw that said, you know what, this is not the guy for me, that you ignored
inconsistency, um,
with.
uh, honesty, accountability, um,
Okay, he was up and down with all the
with all
required
the
traits.
things.
Okay. All right, that's
And,
valid.
you know what I said? I said, "Oh, I could love the hell out of him. I can love that out, or I could fix him. How can a broken, how can a broken glass fix another broken glass? It's just
We talked about that in a prior podcast about women in particular go into relationships thinking that, oh, it's not the right person, it's not the right fit, whatever. But you know what? I could fix him, and that's where they
mm-hmm,
fail. Okay. Let me ask you something since I have you here now. Do you have social media?
I do.
Okay. Now I'll give you statistics. I know everybody here has social media except for Marky, and I think he jumped off. Roughly,
That's my brother, by the way.
I was warned. Roughly 53% of all social media users and 70% of all those under the age of 30 admit to using platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook to actively check up on an ex partner. So, according to data from the Pew Research Center, 23% of partnered adults report feeling jealous or insecure about their relationship due to how their
Mm-hmm,
partner interacts with others online.
mm-hmm,
All right. You follow me?
mm-hmm,
This number
mm-hmm.
jumps to 34% for adults ages 18 to 29. And obviously, I probably would go a little bit higher, but the older you get, the less social media you're involved with. Now, the question is someone truly ready to date if they're heavily
If they're still
influenced?
checking,
Yes.
no, you're not healed.
Okay. You missed the
No,
earlier part. If you're not healed, are you ready to be dating?
no, absolutely not. Why would? How fair is that? How fair? Listen, how fair is that for? Think about this. Everybody, everyone feels like they important, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're valuable, right?
Yep.
So, and and you're worthy of of to be treated good and to be treated well and to have good things and to encounter good people, right.
Absolutely.
So how fair is it for me to take, just think about this. I take a duffel bag and it's filled with love, compassion, but it's also filled with bitterness, brokenness, abandonment, rejection, insecurities, right? How
Mm-hmm.
fair is that for me to take my bag, put it on my shoulder, and show up at your doorstep and say, just accept this?
Mm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Absolutely.
if the tables was turned, I told God, and I'm just honest. I said, God, I don't want another project. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want a project. I want it put together the way that you have. I want you to do this thing this time. I relinquish all my rights of decision making. God, I just follow your lead, but I don't want a Lego set. I'm grown.
You have to build somebody up.
Mm, mm,
I don't want a puzzle. I'm grown. And I'm not saying that, we won't there won't be areas that, we grow together, but I don't want to have to put you together.
together. Yeah.
And I don't want you to have to put me. This is why it took me so long to even put myself back out there. I'm not even I take that back because I don't even put myself out there. But this is why, to even entertain the mental thought, was because I was like, wait a minute. No, this is not fair. If if the Bible says a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. So the least that I can do is make sure that I'm stewarding this soul, mind, body, soul, emotions right before being presented to somebody, because I'm supposed to be a gift unto him as they are a gift unto me. So no, if you're still checking, no, you're not healed, you're not ready.
Okay.
No.
Are you
So
talking about just for dating? Not relationships,
I'm
but
talking
just for
about
well,
dating.
we're talking
dating.
Like
we're talking about dating
I,
and relationships because
I'm
because
talking
dating is
about both.
relationships. Yeah, because dating is
Because even
relationships.
even when yeah, because even when you're, if if you're putting energy and time into dating and you have undealt with issues, Pause. Our priorities are not in order. Pause. Because that time you need to be working on yourself. You need to be working on getting healed. You need to be working on building your self-esteem. You need to be working on your character. Those things. And so it's unfair. You're doing an injustice to the other person by putting on a mask that you're this way when inside, and there's nothing wrong with being broken if you're in pursuit of healing. When inside it's not that. That's unfair. So no, we shouldn't be out here dating if we still have wounds inside. That's my opinion. That's my thought, and that's my belief.
Okay, so speaking of social media and what you just said, how do you know if you're healed?
How, based off of social media?
Yeah, we're talking like, social media standards and all of that type of stuff. You're on social media, you're dating a guy who's on social media, and you see the guy liking a picture, or making suggestive, in your opinion, suggestive comments and stuff like that, right? So how do you know um if you're already healed to deal with that?
So do you let me counter question that. Do you feel like if someone has taken interest in you, and y'all are exclusive, right? You made a conscious decision that is you and I. We're about to build off this thing, right? We're going to the moon. And you still have a desire you still have a wandering eye. That's not about me being healed. That's about you being unhealed.
Okay, so
Um,
with that said, now this is for the fellas, just to add on to what she said. What do you think? Say if you had to put a percentage of men and some women who do not have a wandering eye. And mind you, we're talking social media. We're not talking about, meetups and all other type of stuff. We're talking about TikTok, Facebook, with some other ones, Instagram, whatever. Right? What man does not have a wandering eye? And we're not talking about
I don't think it's just
meetups.
about the wandering eye. I think it's about the actions that go along with the wandering eye that then and it turns into disrespect
Well, when you're
to
talking
a
about wandering
relationship.
eye, I'm obviously, I think she's, because you can't tell if you just look at something. So I'm
so
something
I
that goes
want to
along with
back
that.
up what my sister just said. That's actually good, because um so a man thinketh, so is he. So if there is a seed to look and desire, whether you act on it or not, it's in your heart, it's in your psychic. So whether you physically act on it, reach out, hey cutie patootie, whatever, or just secretly have it, it's still there. That's not cool.
I'm going to disagree with that. The you know
Deep. I
I'm
like that. I
I'm sure
like
I'm
that.
sure you do, but I'm going to disagree with that just on the basis of this. You can't control most of the time, and I'm speaking from a man's point of view. I'm not a woman, so I don't know a woman's point of view. You can't control your thoughts. You can control your actions. You can't control your thoughts. And if I was a betting man, which I'm not, if I was a betting man, I would say 95% of men are going to look, they're going to desire, they're going to wonder, they're going to do all of these different things. And I'm not saying taking action on it, but I'm saying they're going to have that within them. I already know. I truly believe that. So now we're talking about social media now. How do unrealistic expectations, you see how I framed it? Money, lifestyle, appearance, all that type stuff included, affect dating readiness? and I'm framing it in the form of unrealistic expectations. Fair or
I
not?
want to go. Can I go back to what you
Unrealistic.
said about you can't control your thoughts?
Absolutely.
Um, so you may not be able to control the thought that comes in your head. However, it is fully your responsibility to cast down that thought. And what I mean, and I only can give you what I got, and I only
The,
have one thing, and that's just
explain the cast down that thought.
all right. So the Bible says, cast down every imagination and everything and every high thing that exalt itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing it into captivity, every thought to the obedience of Christ. So and if you have made a commitment to someone, that means that you've given them your word. That means that you're supposed to be honest. That means that you're supposed to be integral. So uh if you have given that commitment, that vow to that unsolicited vow, made that vow to someone, hey, um, you and I are together, but you have these intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts are things that come in your mind that you can't control that they come. However, when it does, and I'm not trying to sound super safe or anything, but this is the only way that I know to live, because this is my story. So when it does, it is your full responsibility to cast that thing. It is your full responsibility to say, God, this is what's lying dormant inside of me. Help me deal with this. What does this come from? What is the residue that make me desire or lust after? Because that's an issue. That's a soul issue. And social media, I don't care how much the man flash or how good he looks or how well put together he have on his social media page, that means a hill of beans. I don't even go looking for that. But what's in here? What's in here? What's your morals? What's your standard? What integrity? What your integrity? What your characteristics look like?
Okay.
So
Okay.
She's coming
Anybody
from the spiritual. She's coming from
Yes,
the
yes,
spiritual view.
sister. Yes.
as a
Finger
Christian,
snaps.
that's her view, obviously, which is
Yeah.
very articulate about it. Oh, wait a minute, Prophet Lolitha. My apologies for leaving that part off. So,
no big deal.
well, it's over an hour. I need a word of the day, and since you're a newbie here, Lolitha, Prophet Lolitha, can you give us a word of the day? And for those who don't know, again, I'll say it again, if you get the word of the day for each episode, you have the opportunity to win a monthly prize. So for every monthly episode, we have a word of the day. Just email it to unfiltered.psycho4081@gmail.com. So what do we got?
No, wait, this is my first time here. So what does the word of the day look like? Is it literally a word, or what is it?
It's a word, a single word.
A single word. Integrity.
Okay, so everybody, today's word of the day for part 2 of this episode is integrity. So get those in. Thank you guys for joining us on this one. This is very enlightening. And you're a newbie, so I'm definitely going to have you come back so we can discuss, debate.
I like it.
Yeah.
I really do.
So
I'm a people person, so this is
well, good. You're welcome in any episode you feel you want to join.
Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Unfiltered with Psycho 4081. Big respect to our guests for keeping it real, and love to every listener rocking with us week after week. This conversation ain't over yet. Stay locked in for the next episode coming soon. Until next time, keep it unfiltered with Psycho 4081.